Hello guys, welcome for another video on this channel FPLcrisp. Today we'll be looking at our team selection and how game week 2 went and what we're expecting to do in the game week 3. We saw a bunch of things happen in the game week 2, and first of all we made a quick change between Haaland and Harry Kane, which didn't seem to pay off because Harry Kane scored the lead equalizer and what was a dramatic ending to the game against Chelsea, and that will see him bag probably a couple of bonus points in that game. Whereas our Erling Haaland was kept fairly quiet in the game against Bournemouth and was only able to register an assist in the game for us. Very nice having GW3 in the game, who was able to give 2 goals and 2 assists in the game against Leicester City. I'll say that's a very good return for money on GW3. Also, we see Raya, who was a goalkeeper for Brentford against Manchester United, who were unable to score a goal against Brentford, and we see Marcus Rashford quite in the mud. Finally, we also see Martinelli in our team, who scored the last goal in the game against Leicester City, which was also an assist by GW3. Cancelo is also in our team. Cancelo registered an assist also with a clean sheet, and it's very interesting to have a Manchester City defender in your team now. They've been excellent defending so far. They've conceded 0 goals in this Premier League so far, and their estimated goal conceded is 1 goal every 300 minutes in the game. Elsewhere, we see Ben Chilwell not playing a part in the game against Tottenham, which sees him get 0 points for the game week. So let's see what happens tomorrow with Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, the last game for the game week. Moving on, let's look at our team heading into game week 3. We see Liverpool facing off Manchester United away. The last game, which held last season at Old Trafford, ended 5 goals to nothing in favor of Liverpool, with Mo bagging a hat-trick. So I'm fairly interested in putting a captain's armband on Mo Salah this week. However, I think it would be best to go with an Arsenal player this time around, considering their opponents. It's just a matter of time before anything happens with Marcus Rashford on our team. Him leaving the team is imminent. Him and his team, Manchester United, have been poor in the opening fixtures so far this season. Some people say it's the team, some say it's the manager, some say it's the owners. Let's know what your thoughts is in the comment on who is to blame with the current happenings in the club. Neto is another disappointing player for us so far. So far, so good, 5 points. Wolves has also been poor going forward. So I think that's a testament to Wolves themselves and not just Neto alone. Haaland rounds up the team. His game against Newcastle seems to be an interesting one. However, Newcastle have been good defensively so far this season. Well, it's an interesting thing to see what happens. Cancelo also will be in the team, seeing that Manchester City have a very impressive defensive record. So let's see if Newcastle is the team to break it. Hoping that's not the case this time around, however. GW3 will remain the captain's armband in our game week. Interesting game against Leicester City. So let's see what he can do in the game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, who has already conceded 6 in the opening 2 games so far this season. So there's a very good chance of Arsenal scoring quite a few against them. We round up our defense with Hennessy, Chukwuemeka, Dumet and Taylor, who probably are not even going to be featuring their games in game week 3. However, we'll start looking into that shortly. Now looking into our transfer plans ahead of game week 3, we see 2 possible players leaving the team, which include Pedro Neto and Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has played poorly along with his team Manchester United for some time now, and the 2 possible changes to be made for him are 2 Leeds attackers, Rodrigo and Aronson. Rodrigo has brought out a commanding 22 points so far in the opening 2 game weeks, and basically we see Leeds, a very strong attacking team, scored a bunch of goals so far this season. We just began. So Rodrigo has actually been in a pole position, scored in both games for Leeds so far. The next person actually Aronson, who is a more budgeted player costs 5.5 million. Although their next game is against Chelsea, but after that they seem to be having a good run of fixtures. Then back to Pedro Neto. Neto has been poor alongside his Wolves teammate. However, Podence seems to be taking a more central role, and is, considering the price budget, I'll say he's a good pick compared to Pedro Neto, considering we don't know what will be happening in further game weeks, who will be scoring the goals and all that. Definitely they will be involved in scoring goals. So Podence seems more of a threat than Neto at the moment, both the same price. Almiron is also another budgeted Newcastle player who might be a possible replacement for Pedro Neto. However, let's see what happens as the week progresses. The changes we'll be making. The change we made ahead of Game Week 2 from Game Week 1 didn't seem to pay off, with Harry Kane scoring the goal against Chelsea, the equalizing goal against Chelsea in their game, and Haaland only getting an assist in the game against Bournemouth. So we'll have to be more careful, make decisions better, although things like that do happen in FPL. Welcome to FPL if you are just experiencing that for the first time. So with all these, do leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. For now, goodbye from us.